This is Jason with Glitch in the System. This is week 3 of Udacity's Grow with Google Challenge for the HTML development track. So this week was all about JavaScript. So a lot of things got covered. This is probably the most difficult and longest section of the course so far. So let me just take you through here. I'm not going to give you any, show you any of my examples of things that I've done. I'm going to make a separate video on probably most, if not all of them, since I saw a lot of people were struggling with them. So I figured that it would be a good idea to make a video of all of those. So let's see what I did this week. So the first section here is what is JavaScript. So this was an introductory section, gave a very brief history of JavaScript, taught us how to use the console in the browser to run our JavaScript, and gave a couple of demonstrations of what JavaScript actually does. Alright, so next section here is about data types and variables. So once again, we get an overview, things that are covered, code comments, numbers, strings, string concatenation, variables, string index, escaping strings, comparing strings, booleans, and equality. Lots got covered. So, and you can see here that all these quizzes, there are lots of them. So you're not only learning, but you're doing and doing again and doing again. So really reinforcing the learning here. So go back. Let's see, next section was conditionals. Let's view that. So in the conditional section, we went over if-else statements, else-if statements, logical operators, true and false, ternary operators, and switch statements. So all the basic stuff that usually go over for flow control, basically, or conditionals as they're calling it. And lots of quizzes, lots of things to learn. I'd say that this section had probably the hardest, I thought the hardest of the quizzes out of all of them. Some people might have difficulty in other areas, but I thought this was the hardest for me, at least. Let's go back here. Next one is loops. So in the loops section, we learned about while loops, for loops, and nested loops. So this section was a little bit shorter than the conditional one, but as you can see, there's lots of quizzes to reinforce that learning that you did, to make sure that you understand how the loops work. All right. Let's see. Next one, functions. So jump right into functions here. So this was another long one. Functions, we learned about declaring functions, return values, scope, shadowing, global variables, hoisting, and function expressions. So you get a lot of great information really quickly, a lot of quizzes once again to reinforce your learning. Alright, so another section here is on arrays. So another big one. Arrays, we learned about creating the array, index, length, push, pop, splice, array, loops, and map. So same process, lots of learning, lots of quizzes. This was probably another one of the harder sections as quizzes come in. So I think the conditionals was my most difficult section to conquer, and then arrays would probably be the second for me. All right, and the last section for this week was objects. So in objects, we learned about objects and object literals, naming conventions. So same thing. This is probably one of the shortest sections here, but plenty of content, plenty of quizzes, and kind of using everything that we've learned so far in JavaScript to finish some of these quizzes. All right, next week is our final week, or at least my final week. So we're going to learn about jQuery. So basics DOM, selectors, DOM manipulation, jQuery, event listeners, and our final project, Pixel Art Maker. Alright, that's it for this week. Look forward to my tutorial videos on how I finished all the JavaScript quizzes. Subscribe, like, and also check out my blog if you want to see a more detailed text version of this wrap-up. Alright, until next time, bye.